Hi there. Hi everyone. Here I am. It is week 3 of my Frightfully Fun Friday, Mary Blocker with Mary's Stampin' Cafe. I actually had to skip week 2. Instead of saying week 2, I decided to just jump week 3. And tonight it's about the fall harvest kind of cards and things. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're here with me and you are wanting to chat, make sure you have it on the live chat. There should be a choice, top chat or live chat. You want it to be live chat. And make sure you say hello in chat because I am doing giveaway tonight. So it's going to be fun. Oh, hi V. I'm so glad you got your paper share and you love it. Terrific. I'm so happy you got it. A few lucky people have got their paper shares already, but those darn couple of things that were back ordered, they came back in and went right back out again. So I was lucky enough to get what I needed, and I'm just waiting for it to be delivered. Hello, Becky, and hello, Marlene. Thank you for sharing, Becky. And Marlene from Idaho. Someday I'll be able to make it there. I was actually going to try to connect with you when we went in July to visit my daughter. We did spend some time in Weiser, Idaho, and on our way home, I was going to try to maybe connect or something, but it just didn't happen. Hello. Well, welcome, Ruth. So glad you're here. First time here? Well, it's going to be fun. And you're from California. What part of California are you in? And I know I'm enjoying our weather right now. We have been in the low 70s. We're actually going up to the upper 70s, maybe 80s this weekend here in the Pacific Northwest in Washington. I'm good at 70. I don't want to be any more than that. I am ready for my big blankies to sleep in. I just love being under the covers. And so it is that time for some crafting. And I know other people are probably joining us in this and that. It is just 6:02, but that's okay. You guys are the early birds, right on time, I should say, right? And, well, I definitely, Marlene, the next time, I am going to just kind of set my book aside for a minute. And I'm going to switch over. There we go. And I'm switching over because, you know, I like to share a few things. So I shared in my very first week, I shared about Fresno, San Juan. Oh, okay. Nice. About some of my little fall hauls and things like, so the dollar store, oh, and that little guy got a little, but I have 2 of them. I've got one that's kind of in a Cajun craze color, and then there's this owl. I love owls, by the way, if you didn't know. I love birds and owls, so there's this guy here, and then this pretty pumpkin. I mean, my goodness, so pretty. I love all of the marbling or the splotches going on in there, and then that little bit of green there on the leaf. But really great, just $1.25 at the dollar store. I think they need to change the name, right? And then, oh my goodness, you guys, look at these pretty pumpkin stickers. I want to open them up because they're bubble stickers. They've got dimension to them. But they're kind of a translucent, and they have just such a neat sheen to them. So those are very pretty. And then, of course, you guys know, those of you who follow me and know me, I love gnomes. And these are so sweet. They're thankful and grateful. And we've got our gnome that has the fall banner. We've got our gnome that's got the hot cocoa and cookies. We've got one that, yeah, I think they're trying to make it not be Starbucks, but it looks like a Starbucks to me. But they are all layered stickers. They've been put up with what I call the little foam mounts or dimensionals. And so they've got all that dimension. So very cute. I got a few packages of these because I have some other friends who really like gnomes. And then the last sticker set is kind of the same as with the gnomes. They've gone and popped up some of the pumpkins. And so you think about your stamping when you're doing card making and how nice it looks when you do some stamping and then you do an additional one and you cut it out, whether it's a die cut or a punch, and then you raise it up so it has that dimension, and that's what these stickers have as well. They've got those dimensions to them. I always, if I'm going to raise up something with dimensionals and it's the same stamp thing, I stamp it down on the cardstock first and then add the other one on top, because that just helps make it look like it's more real and you don't have a blank space under what you've popped up. And so those were just some more of my little finds. Just love them. And then the very first Frightfully Fun Friday, we talked about candy corn and harvest corn, and if people like that. And one of my friends said they didn't know what harvest corn was. So this is Brock's, and Brock's makes fabulous candy. But this is what I mean by harvest corn. All right, so harvest corn has a mix. They have the big candy pumpkins in there, which I don't know that anybody in my family liked the pumpkins. And then they have the regular candy corn. And then they've got this candy corn, which is the chocolate bottom. And so this is a harvest mix. And I wanted to clarify that, but I see that just right now Teresa's not here with us, but I know when Teresa watches the replay, she'll say, oh, I get it, because I had bought Dollar Tree. I had bought Dollar Tree candy corn, and it was just a, you know, a no brand. It was terrible. Oh, it was not good. Yes, the harvest mix is so good. And I know I had that jar and I put it on the Facebook group and said, I found that vintage jar and what would you put in it? And I said I'd fill it up with candy corn. And Shar had a really great one, and she had like all sorts of different types of things. So anyhow, well, here we go, you guys. So tonight I am going to be creating a couple of fall projects with you here. And the first one, I'm going to show you a technique on quick card making. Just let me get some things here. We are actually going to be doing this card at tomorrow's Saturday Stampin' Chat in my workshop room. And so I thought it would be a great thing to share with you who aren't local. But this is called a flashcard card. And Connie Stewart of Simply Simple Stamping years ago came up with this flashcard system. And it's really fun, and you can create quick and easy cards with it. And so what I'm going to do is take a regular piece of cardstock. This is Old Olive, and I'm going to turn it the long way, and I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. 4 1/4 is half when you do the long way. Oh my goodness, my cutting blade popped off. Well, isn't that a fine how do you do? Give me a second here, you guys. Well, that is the weirdest thing ever. Let me just grab another cutter. I know it's probably in my stamping bag. I took my stamping bag to work today because I was doing virtual Fun Friday art with my students, and I needed to cut some cardstock. And so I think it's probably, the cutting blade is probably in the bag. It probably got pulled off. So I'll just grab this one. So 4 1/4 is half lengthwise. okay? Then I'm going to take it and score it at 5.5 because that's half of the 11. So I'm going to score it at 5.5. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go to 2 3/4, 2 3/4, and I'm going to cut that off of the front. So now I have my 4 1/4 by 11 cardstock scored and folded at 5.5, but then I cut off the 2 3/4. Now this piece is going to turn and become my flash card, so to speak, and be the front like that. So that's how you can make cards that you see like that. You're like, oh, where did that, but you're not cutting an extra piece. You're just taking that piece that you had on your base. All right. So now that I've done that, a flash card is when you take your big piece of cardstock and you cut it at those 4 1/4 by 2 3/8, and you cut the whole thing that way, you will end up with 8 of these. And then when you take another piece of neutral like white or vanilla, you're going to cut that 1/4 of an inch smaller, and you will get also 8 of those to layer on top. And then you're ready to make 8 cards. And then you can change up your base colors, you can do whatever you would like. And so we are going to continue with our card here. So I will link below once the video's over. I'll put a link in there for the flash cards that Connie Stewart has shared, and she has a nice tutorial on it, and you can go ahead and download that for yourself. And if you are members on my Stampin' Cafe Facebook group, social group, I will put it there in files and you can get it there as well. So then I'm just going to add that pretty beautiful All About Autumn Designer Series paper. The foiled side is so pretty. Yes, Becky, they do. Stampin' Up! Does have the scoring blades. It's a 2-pack. When you go on StampinUp.com, you just can look for cutting tools and look for the, or even just put in the search bar scoring blades. They're a 2-pack. They used to not have them, and I think they finally listened to demonstrators saying, excuse me, my scoring blade gets dull, and it does get dull. Now, I could have the card go this way, and I could have it also go this way. So I'm going to bring in the stamp set that I'm going to use, which is the Apple Harvest stamp set. This is in the annual catalog. And at one point, for a limited time, they had the Apple Blossom dies available that you could purchase. And the neat thing about these dies, which they are not for sale anymore, you had to get them during that time that they offered them, it will die cut out your stamped images, all of your stamped images, but then you also get the label die here. You get a bunch of these little flowers and leaves that you can do additionally. You get a branch that you can die cut out and a little scallop over here. So there's just lots of things in here. So I just wanted to mention that. I'm not sure, I don't remember, it might have been a couple years ago they did it as almost like a celebration where you could actually get the dies for this. So as I take a look at my flash card, I want to see which image is going to work best for me, and that might determine which way I decide to go with my card. So I was thinking I was going to do the large one here, which I've got to try to get it off. Come on, so sticky. But when I do this, it kind of goes off, and I have to think to myself, do I like that? Do I like that it's going to kind of be going off? So I'm not sure. So then I can say, well, let's take a look at this one. And when I stamp this one, however I decide to stamp it, I almost feel that that's too small, and I would have it go this way, I think. So I am going to go with the big one. I don't mind that it's going to go off the edge. I just think that's a little more fun actually too. So let's bring in our Versamark. Gonna ink that up really well. Then I'm just gonna have it right here and just don't think about it and just stamp. I love the apple harvest time. My sister-in-law down in Rainier, Washington, they have apple trees. And every year I go and I pick bags and bags of apples and then I make applesauce. Well, I've not been down there. I should ask my sister-in-law. She's going to be coming over on Sunday for my team member gathering that I do each quarter. So we are going to go this way with the card. Now I have some Stampin' blends for this today. I've got a bunch actually that I pulled. I'm just not quite sure if I want to go the green apple route or the red apple route. So I just have a whole bunch of Stampin' blends. I love to color, but I just don't know how much depth I want. So I have a soft sea foam green here. Now when you use your Stampin' blends, it's up to you. You can start with light or start with your dark. Sometimes I like to start with the dark and just do the lines. And I'm actually not necessarily going for the blended look. If I was going to do the blended look, I would do a little bit of it, grab the dark, and then do it, because that's the idea of blending, right? But I'm just actually using it for coloring. But with your Stampin' blends, you don't want to push down on the tip of your brush. It's not super, super strong and you can damage it. You basically need to maybe have it just touch a bit and that ink comes right off into the stamped image that you have. So there's my light, soft sea foam. That might have been my dark, not sure. But then I'm going to grab, let's see what the light Granny Apple Green brings when I add that to it. Ah, that does pretty nice. We'll get some of those underneath colors where it should be a little darker. Now you can see my tip here on this one is actually bending a bit, and so I've kind of almost ruined this one, and I have to push down hard now on it, so I will have to replace it. So you can see some different tones and things that I'm getting there now. Hey Lynn! Oh, Maria watching too? That's great. And Addie, welcome. So we've got that. And then I just love the idea of having these different colors. And so I do have my old olive. Well, do I want to do dark Granny Apple Green? Yeah, let me pull in some dark Granny Apple Green. I'm going to pull it in really deep in here, right where it's really going to be shaded underneath. Now when you are using your stamping blends, it's really great to use thick cardstocks. So the thick basic white or the thick very vanilla. So now I'm going in here with my old olive. We're just getting some different greens. I love that idea of bringing in the different greens. Leaves are all different. So Lynn in Michigan there, you guys, how's your weather? We are getting up into the 80s this weekend. We're kind of high 70s today. And I'm all good with it and everything till I get in the car after work. It's so darn hot in the car then. There we go. So adding a bit of that really rustic color with the old olive with those lighter colors. Very nice. I want to bring in that Granny Apple Green again. That Granny Apple Green is such a good color. I wish I liked Granny Apple Green. I mean, I liked Granny Smith apples. I do not like Granny Smith apples. They're just too tart. Too tart for me. All right, fun, huh? Okay, now I brought in my crumb cake. I do love crumb cake. Crumb cake to me is a really great brown color. So I'm going to bring that in for the branches. Notice I'm avoiding my apples. I'm just not sure what I want to do with my apples yet. The red apples, ooh, I could do them with the sweet sorbet. I have that marker. I love, oh yeah, hey Lynn, we're very similar because we get down to the 40s at night and our windows are still open, and so I get to have my warm fuzzy blankies on and it feels so good. I am so ready for it. And then we get to the mid 70s, but yeah, we're gonna hit 80. And you guys, I missed a leaf over here, and it's gotta be the Granny Apple Green, just saying. I think the soft sea foam in some of these areas, it's so soft. Ooh, that's dark, that dark Granny Apple Green, so good. You can go back wherever you've colored and add more depth if you'd like. Oh, just love it. I love my Stampin' blends. I was debating whether doing my stamping blends or doing some watercoloring with this. You know, I just quite couldn't decide. Okay, so now, sweet sorbet. This is the light sweet sorbet. Let me just see. Ooh, and then this one. Ooh, cherry cobbler. No way, we can't do cherry cobbler. Dark sweet sorbet. Ooh. Yep. But I have to be careful because I have this copper. So that is going to do a little more dictating for me on what color my apples are going to be. Oh, yes. So then I have, what is this one? It is, oh, Flirty Flamingo. Ooh, Flirty Flamingo could be a color. I'm going to go with this Flirty Flamingo. What one is this one, the light one, did it say? It is the light one. So when we're talking about a light, well, that's an interesting color apple, wouldn't you say? It's more peachy, but that's okay. I can add a little bit more red into it. So when I do my light, I kind of just do the whole thing. Like so, and then I find the dark Flirty Flamingo. Where are you? That's Bubble Bath. Dark Flirty Flamingo. So then I come in here to get all of that markings that Stampin' Up's already put in there for you to make great shadows. Boy, their artists do so much work for you, I'm telling you. Just look at all that shading that's already happened for you. High 70s, low 80s in the day, and it's low mid 50s this week at night. Ooh. Becky, remind me where you're from. Are you from the Kentucky? Is it Kentucky? Do I have the right person for Kentucky? Boy, that turned out really pretty, didn't it, you guys? Very nice. All right, so let me put all these back in the basket. Out of the way. And then I have my layered flashcard piece there perfectly. And so if you cut your paper, a colored cardstock and then a neutral, in these measurements you will get 8 of them for being able to do 8 cards. And then that's going to come on here like so. Love it. I'm going to get some dimensionals. Now just the top half is going to be going down here, so I want to make sure as far down as I'm going on it, I don't put any dimensionals past that. There we go. That's right, yep, you are. It is a pretty set, the Apple Harvest, yep. So I did these back to school notes for my online students, and this apple is a perfect one to do a little back to school note card. So darn cute. And then I mailed it to each student. It was so fun. So then you're going to have your piece that goes inside here, just like so, just like that. And we can do a little bit on here because I like the idea of having something just peeking out here and there. Okay. And I just realized there are no leaves to stamp. Did you guys see that? No leaves to stamp. Funny. Funny, funny, funny. But I am going to stamp. Okay, thanks. This is going to be on the inside. Thanks for your kindness. And because I stamped my apples in the memento, I'm using that here. But I have other things as well, so. Oh, well, that's just not. Did you guys see how crooked that was? Oh my goodness. I guess my label is not straight on my sticker. Sometimes I do not get my label on there quite right, and it just is terrible. So now that I have that, I'm almost wondering if I want to do that. Let's see what happens if I put this in here, because I am going to have a sentiment that's going to be going on here, but I thought I might like to have a little bit of something right here and here. I just think that would look neat. Anybody agree? Agree? Disagree? Say, don't do it, Mary. Don't do it, Mary. Whatever you do, don't do it. Just going to ink up this like right here. No. Yes. No, here. And I thought I would just do a little touch of it right here. Do it. See? And then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing on the other side. Just ink up whatever. And then just a little, oh, do it. Oh, see how good that is, you guys? I love it. Okay, now it will not take me long. I'm not going to spend a lot of time coloring. Now that I put everything back in, let me just grab a couple light granny apple green here. It's just leaves, so it's going to be quick. Of course, my granny apple green light that I'm using is the one where my tip is bent. It's not real easy to color with it. So yeah, so do not press down with your Stampin' blends. You will get much longer use of them if you just let the tip touch. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll do this real quick, and then I'll bring in that soft sea foam and let it fill in around. So now my soft sea foam is kind of blending in with it, and any of those places where I still have that white, it's kind of getting in there and taking care of that for me. There we go. That's so pretty. Oop, little one right here. Now I see I've got a little bit of a branch here. Again, don't even press, just let it. Little branch right there. And of course, I see a little bit of the apple. A little bit of the apple here. What is that saying? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I know that's right. So how pretty, how pretty, how pretty. Okay, so let's put that in. See how it bleeds through quite a bit? So my suggestion is use shimmery white or use your thick cardstocks, your neutrals. That will just help with that. Oh, wow, wow, wow! That looks so good. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my, what am I gonna grab? Where are they? Oh, right here. Haha. Got some of these beautiful speckled dots embellishments, which are not in stock right now. Oh goodness. There was a big run on stuff for sure. Things that people are like, ooh, I like that and I like that. Now we have these beautiful copper ones that kind of coordinate with this right here, but they're all just big, big ones. And so I'm gonna go with the old olive ones here. Well, really? You're gonna give me trouble? Come off. Gonna put one there. Gonna bring one down here. And of course, we're gonna have another one coming right over here. So I've got those pretty gems that I've added. It's got that wonderful thing there. And now I'm gonna see what sentiment, if at all, I want to use on that, because the inside says thank you for your kindness. Oh, and I got a great new stamp set. This one here, it says so sincere. It's in the September to December 2021 mini catalog, and it's on the same page as the decorative masks that I shared in one of my Facebook lives. Oh, the decorative masks are so great, and they're also back ordered right now. So we have your kindness is so appreciated, but then it says thank you for your kindness. Just for you. Oh, that's cute. The just for you is neat. I like that. But then we have the long, the greatest gift is a good friend. But you know what? When I take this out and I put this here, I just don't know how I feel about that. Being long like that and sticking off, I just don't like that at all. So I do have the just for you, but I have a little one, and maybe I could just do something and stamp it like right here, because I just don't feel like it needs anything more. Don't you guys agree? It just doesn't seem like it needs any more. Let me see in my little basket full of I call them lost and lonely little, I gotta miss you. Some fun. These are things that have gotten lost. In my stamp room, or lost from their sets. Oh, the vertical happy birthday in the So Serene. Oh my gosh, yes. So Sincere. Yeah, there's another stamp set in this is it in the annual catalog that have the verticals. Yeah, that's just a great variety stamp set of sentiments, you know. I've got little hello. Oh, look at that cute little bird, you guys. Do we have anything tiny enough that says it? I got a lot of hellos. Just something little. Something little. Those are dots. Oh, I love dots. I love dots. Dots, dots, dots are great. Well, it doesn't look like I've got any little thing that I'm thinking about. Oh, I have an especially for you. What are these little ones? Oh, I can't even read what that one says. What does that say? What does that say? I might have to stamp that just to see what it says because I can't tell. Do you ever have that, you guys, where you have something you have no idea what it says? I think one of the little hellos could work. Does anybody remember our little hedgehog? Our little hedgehog was so cute. All right, you guys admit, how many of you have a stash of stamps or something that it belongs to something but you have no idea what? This hello is too big. This hello is perfect. It's tiny. That's what we're going to use. Bye-bye, hedgehog. But yep, that's my basket of miscellaneous stuff. Still have child locks on some of my things. Isn't that funny? Oh, you do have the hedgehog? Yeah. That's great, Lynn. All right. I need my little bit of water so I can, this photopolymer one it's old. And I just don't know what it says, you guys. I have to know what it says. I have my readers on, but you know what? They're not even helping. Oh, it just doesn't want to stick. Stick, you stick. Here, I'll bring the stamp to the, and then we'll stamp. Oh, it says Merry Christmas. It says Merry Christmas. I should have been able to see that. All right. I'm sorry, you guys. I went on a little, oh, that doesn't want to stick either. Oh. That's the labels that Stampin' Up! Had when they first went to the foam mount and stuff, and nothing seemed to stick very well. So then they changed their adhesive labels, and boy, they stick so good now, almost too good. All right. I gotta make sure this is gonna stamp straight. We don't want that problem. All right, I'm just gonna do it, you guys. It's gonna go right here. 1, 2, 3, just do it. Oh, booyah! Yes, yes, yes. Hello. Thanks for your kindness. This is a project for tomorrow during Saturday Stampin' Chat. It's always on the 3rd Saturday of the month locally in my workshop room. 4 cards for $10. If you are my team member, you always get to come to those free. And yeah, we do 4 cards for $10. And you get your envelopes. And what else? Oh, you can also come free if you've placed an order between the 1st and the 15th of the month with me. So what do you guys think? That turned out really great, didn't it? I think it turned out great. The only thing that's bothering me is this dot right here. I want it down lower. I don't want it way up there, but I just don't know. Oh, why, thank you. I want it right there. Oh, much better. Much better. Wouldn't you agree? All right, so that's one, but I do want to share something with you guys. I have another little project that I just kind of have in my brain. Oh, and remember, for the flashcard system, that's at Connie Stewart on Simple Simply Stamping. I will link it below afterwards for you to go ahead and get that flashcard tutorial sheet so you can remember what you cut those things at. I'm just going to jot down a couple people while I transition and just gab for a minute. So what's something you guys are doing right now in your crafting? I, of course, am getting my Saturday Stampin' Chat all together, and then my demo gathering is on Sunday. V, you are so funny. Oh my gosh, that is so good. You guys just see her comment? If I have chapstick on, just go ahead and do that, and that'll help make it stick. I love that. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. I'll have to try that. Okay, so let me just real quick do a little clean up here. You can see how well that cleans anymore. That just means it's well loved. But sometimes black just is not something good. And I don't know if you've noticed, but on the photopolymer stamps, reds do not come out very well at all. So I've been using the All About Autumn quite a bit. I know I have. But I want to, oh, that doesn't go there. I want to share with you just some inspiration that I got, okay? Because, you know, sometimes people say, oh my gosh, where do you get your ideas, right? Oh, well, it's just my ideas come from other things that I see. All right. Drop and you go. Okay. So I got inspiration from this card right here, you guys. I got this little note card from somebody. And I know what it was. It was from Instagram. It was an Instagram seller on some vintage stuff. Because, you know, I love my vintage stuff. And I purchased a couple things, and this came, and I was so inspired just by this card. And it wasn't necessarily the colors or anything like that. It was kind of that idea of this going on like this. So, crocheting blankets for Christmas. Oh, so nice. V, that's awesome. I don't even want to talk about crocheting or knitting. I don't know if I ever told you guys the story of I used to knit when I was at a school, elementary school. We had some knitters, and on Fridays we would stay after work in the library and we would knit. And I was not a knitter, but you know, I was being taught. And I made, the very first thing I made was a felted bag, if you guys can believe that. But then I put the handles on wrong. So, you know, but I would go with my whatever I was making, and I would do 10 rows of knitting, and then I'd have to take out 10 rows of knitting because I'd get a mistake. And then each time I come, the other gal, she would have a whole blanket done and be working on something else. It was just so funny. So I have a vanilla note card with envelope, and these come in a package of 20. You get 20 note cards and envelopes, and they are in the thick vanilla or the thick basic white, which is great. And so there you go. But I have all this other stuff here. I don't know why. I already have some of the All About Autumn leaves that I die cut out because I had done a whole bunch for one of my previous cards that I did. And this is leftover All About Autumn designer paper strips from some cards that I had made. And you know they're 6 by 6, so when you cut a 4 by 5 1/4, you're gonna end up with, you know, strips and stuff. But anyway, so I have some of this, so I thought, well, maybe I could use that. I don't know. But anyway, I want to kind of go with that idea of what that card was that I saw. And hold on, I need some dots or something like that. So we're gonna bring this one out, my Gorgeously Made. I used this recently in something, I know I did. The Gorgeously Made is in the annual catalog, and it has dies as well. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Now we can do some of that, and then I thought I'm going to take and lay out my leaves kind of in that fanning idea, but I'll also do a little stamping, and I can bring this guy in here or something like that. So we'll see what I got, and then I realize I don't have my stamp pad. Hold on. Ooh. There we go. our traditional fall colors here. And then I'm going to do Prize Patrol. Hey Sharon. You have a couple orphan box of stamps and another of dies. Oh. Fall cards, Becky. Yeah. I need to start working on my next make a card, send a card. So let's see. How dark is that going to be? Oh, that's going to be pretty dark. But you know what? I can have some dark and then some light. Oh, yeah. I could have some light and then some dark. Oh, yeah. I could have some dark and then some light. I could have some dark and then light and then light and then light, 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 light. There we go. How'd I do? You like how I do my background? Oh, so funny. Well, you know, that's how you get all your different tones in there and kind of fill it in. It's great fun. So then I'm going to bring in, whoa, no. Oh, I already have it on the block. This is for Sunday. I'm gonna bring in this leaf because I think this leaf needs to make a statement. Now with these leaves, I always want to make sure it's going to stamp out clean. This stamp already has all that shading in between. So you only stamp once to get your image. So I'm going to do another one. And this one's going to kind of just come out here like so. There we are. So again, I'm kind of going from that idea from that card. Oh, and now that I did that old olive, that's really not I'm kind of covering it all up. I don't think I like that. Oh, this is not just turning out the way I wanted it to at all. But oh, you know what? That's okay. That one's coming out all right. Oh, I kind of like that. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with it. It's okay. It's all right. Just had to play with it a little bit. So that one's kind of going to sit just like that. And then this one's going to kind of come and sit kind of just like that. And then I'll raise up the old olive one. That'll work. How we doing, everybody? Oh, you know what I noticed too? I noticed on my Facebook Live yesterday, I was a little early on getting cards done. It was kind of strange. Now, you know what? It's just really strange that it comes to this point here. I have an idea, but I'll have to lift these up to do it, and I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Let me grab my copper. Copper, copper, copper. We've got the copper foil that's with the other ribbon, and then I also have all this designer paper. Where's that Moody Mauve one? Let me try something here. You guys are seeing my crafting struggle right now. I am going to bring in a little strip of the designer paper. And that little strip is going to kind of come right in here like so. But you know what? Not the Moody Mauve. That's not so good. The struggle is real. I just don't like how it's... That could be a little better, and we could tuck it up underneath. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'll lift this up and lift that up too. Put that down right there. Lift you up, leaf. You gotta lift up. Sorry, guys. I'm problem solving, something I just don't like. Ugh. And that's crooked, but whatevs. You get the idea. Okay. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is this one, I want to move it back. I just don't know if I can. I might have pushed it down too hard. We'll see. Very vanilla is so nice. It's kind of waxy, and so you're able to sometimes lift it off. I'm going to have this guy come back here, kind of to the point here. There we go. It just looks better that way. And I might put a little bow there or something. And now I'm just like questioning whether I even need something more like that. This card is getting very strange. That's okay. So then I'm going to come with my copper. I'll go ahead and put a bow. Yeah, sure I will. So Lynn, is Maria over at your place? My friend Lynn has great workshop room. Oh, I'm very, very envious of her workshop room. Well, I just don't think that even is going to work or is necessary. Let's not. Oh, I already have it in the, really? In the block? On a block in here. I do. If you say so. It says, with a grateful heart. And I am going to grab some more vanilla. Is that vanilla? Is this vanilla? It is vanilla, okay. And we are going to stamp with a grateful heart with our old olive. With a grateful heart, and what die? I got to remember what die it has for the sentiment. Oh, it has just these ones here, so we won't do that. We will grab, oh no! I put it on a stamp, you guys. We'll go ahead and just trim it close. Feel like it was a little crooked. It could be totally wrong. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to stamp it again. There we go. I like that much better. Okay. And then, you know, I just do a simple scissors. scissors, scissors, where are ya? Oh my goodness, there they are. Oh my gosh, you guys. I just do a little angle like so. And we are gonna do a little splunging with our blending brush. Oh, I can't see if I don't wear my readers, you guys. I'm just doing this to get the vanilla to stand up on its own from the other vanilla. And it's nice that I've done that yellow background, the crushed curry background, because then I can put my, with a grateful heart, wherever I want to put it. I'm just going to sit here and think for a minute with a grateful heart. I kind of like it up in here with a grateful heart, with a grateful heart, with a grateful heart, heart. I don't know, what do you guys think? Maybe kind of just right there? I think just right there. I'm going with it. Oh, yes! Yes, 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 a small twine ribbon. And I happen to have some twine right where I can grab it, you guys. So that's going to go right here. I've got this little twine. I mean, this is a thin little, it's linen thread, but it's kind of gives it that idea. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have a mean big paper cut on my index finger. Oh. I've had a Band-Aid on it, and then I take the Band-Aid off so it can, you know, kind of heal and what have you. And oh, just right in that spot of what you use all the time. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't take it anymore. See my paper cut? It's a big one. Seems to be catching on everything. And you know, it's kind of interesting. I like it there. I'm just not going to put anything here. It's just not coming to me. It's just not feeling necessary. But I do like the little bit of that right there, don't you guys? I like that. So let me grab my glue dots. Is this the pack where they're on the backward spot? Yes. Oh my gosh. What was this company? Not Stampin' Up. What was the company that makes these thinking? They put the glue dots on the opposite side of where they should be. So now you don't need this big glue dot, so I just take it and I kind of squish it. And then I'm going to kind of just put that right in there. So good, just like that. Oh my goodness, with a grateful heart. And then I'm going to put on the inside, thank you, from the Gorgeously Made. Thank you. Looks straight to me. Perfect. I do like this strip of that copper designer series paper though. I think that looks great. All right, let me get that to fold down more. And our little thank you, I think that's just too big to go there. I don't like that, so I'm not going to do it. But wait a minute. Didn't I see you crying? That's okay. We'll leave it as is. We are at an hour. You guys are ready for a prize giveaway. And then next week is the last Friday in September, so it'll be week 4. But really, you guys only got 3 weeks because my last week, oh my gosh, my work thing was just crazy and I just couldn't get here and stuff. Just no good. No good. So what else do we have in the set that I could maybe stamp on the inside? That is the question. Dun, 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 dun. Just trying to be good and put away here. Oh, I could do the little leaf, the double leaf. Yes, I could. That would be all right. Let me find it. Double leaf. So the All About Autumn Designer Series paper ran out of stock on the 6th. There we go. Oh, really, Mary? I got a finger splotched right there. But that looks cute. Okay. And then it came back in on the 11th or the 12th. I got right on and I was able to get what I needed for the rest of the paper share. And then it went right back out again. So that All About Designer Series paper is just so popular. Sorry, that's got to stay on there for Sunday's workshop. Now, what I'm giving away today for prize, you guys, is a package of the beautiful Garden Walk 6x6 Designer Series paper. It's brand new in the September to December mini. It's a 6x6 pack, and it really does have fabulous designs. But you know what? Seems like all the Designer Series papers have beautiful designs. Okay, there's my 2 cards. And remember, this one here was inspired by that. So, yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. Don't you? A totally kind of different take on it, but that's what inspired it. There you go. All right. So let me grab, I'm going to switch over here, you guys. Just back to me. Hello, it's just me. All right, so if you don't follow me on YouTube, do subscribe, you guys. I really appreciate that. And check out my Facebook. I have a link for that, my Stampin' Spot Facebook page. I also have a Facebook Stampin' Cafe. That's kind of for my Stampin' friends, and it's more kind of like a social stamping kind of thing. And so this is the Garden Walk Designer Series paper. And where's my notebook? I'm looking for my notebook, you guys. Notebook. Oh, it's right here. Okay, let me make sure I've got everybody here. I got Addie and Sharon and Becky. Okay, hello, Kay. Thank you. I'm glad you like the cards. I've got Lynn and Maria is here with Lynn and Becky and V and Addie. I said Addie already, and Ruth and Marlene. Yay! I've got everybody. Okay, you guys. So let's see who's going to get the Garden Walk Designer Series paper. Oh, and remember the stickers that I showed you? I'm also going to send you the stickers that I showed you. Yes, I am. So I showed you the gnomes and the 3D pumpkins and the other pumpkins that were raised up too. So yay! So stickers and the 6x6 Designer Series paper. All right, let's see who I got, what I got. And I don't have a number 19 with us today. We're a small and mighty group though. Don't have a 16. That means your chances are just that much better, right? Because you got to be here. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, Miss Linda Worth. You are the winner. Miss Lynn, my friend from back home in Michigan. So you're going to get my sticker packs that I shared, the fall sticker packs. And you're going to get a pack of the 6x6 Garden Walk Designer Series paper. That is so great. Well, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Down below, again, I'll put the link for the flashcards so you know how you can create 8 cards by getting 8 backgrounds and 8 neutrals, all just from one sheet of each of those. And so that will be great. I'll put that in the link below, and then I'll put a link below to my events and all of that great stuff. And remember, during September, using the hostess code, you when you place an order with me in September, 20% of all the sales is going to go towards the Autism Advocacy Network. Just a fabulous organization for helping autistic children. And so I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much. And I'll see you next week on Friday, YouTube, or Wednesday night on my Facebook Live Stampin' Cafe. I'll link that as well. Thanks for joining me tonight, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the cards. Until next time, happy stamping.